All right, so I'm going to solve an example using a voltage controlled source. Let's go ahead and draw a circuit that looks like this. We're going to have a voltage divider here, and then over here I'm going to have a voltage controlled current source and another resistor. Now we're getting into some scary territory. This circuit looks pretty complicated, but you're definitely equipped to solve it, and so let's go ahead and do it. Let's say that this is a 10-volt voltage source, and then let me draw the inputs to my current, my voltage-dependent current source, plus and minus, and let's give it a gain of 0.005. All right? And what I'm going to have here are 1K resistors, and I'm interested in determining what is the voltage at this node. Let's call it VZ, and I'm going to call this one VX, and I'm going to call this one VY. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to call my plus input VX and my minus input VY for my current controlled source. Okay, so this is a pretty seemingly complicated problem, but it's not that complicated. All that the Vx and the Vy means is whenever I solve Vx and solve Vy, those are the voltages that are going to be the input to my voltage controlled current source. I know I have a gain of 0.005. Let me make that a little cleaner. 5. And then I want to find Vz. Well, once I know the current flowing here, that's trivial using Ohm's law. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I recognize is that over here on the left-hand side, I have a voltage divider, and we just learned the voltage divider equation. We know that Vy in my voltage divider is going to be equal to Vx, right? My output, this is typically called Vout, but I called it Vy in this case. This is typically called Vin, but I call it Vx in this case. So instead of Vout equals Vin, I'm going to say Vy equals Vx multiplied by the second resistor divided by the sum of the two resistors. So right off the bat, I should be able to write that Vx is 10 volts. 1K over 2K just halves it, and I get that Vy is equal to 5 volts. Okay? So I know Vx is 10. I know Vy is 5. And so that means that my input to my current source is a difference of 5 volts, or 10 minus 5. Let me go in there and just write these. This is 10. This is 5. And so the difference here is 5 volts. So I take that 5, I multiply it by 0.005, and what do I get? I get 0.025, or 25 milliamps of current flowing out of my source. And so now, using Ohm's law, I can very easily say that Vz is just going to be equal to 25 milliamps, right? That's going to be the current that flows in this little branch of the circuit, multiplied by my 1 kilo ohm resistor, and I get that Vz is 25 volts. All right, so that was pretty fast, but hopefully that makes sense. Obviously, if we have any questions, feel free to ask. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about current controlled sources.